What's going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt, the head nerd in charge, telling you to make sure you tune in every Thursday, of course, to see me. And you can see my other friends and family doing the things of the things of the things. Listen, you do not want to miss it. It is family fun and crazy chaos. It's always some going on from it's so many twists and turns. You do not want to miss this.
ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like.
What's going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And today I am joined with the fabulous, the legendary, the icon, Kennedy Davenport herself.
Hey, hey, what's the tea?
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
You know, I love you. Every time I see you, I just smile from ear to ear.
It is so true too. You do. You're such a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna tell the
Yeah.
kids a little story. One time when I was filming Chasing Dallas with, Ariel, O'Hara, and Reese and all them, and we came to a bar where they were doing like a drag performance, and you were performing that day, and I think one of your drag daughters were performing, and we walked in. I don't know who the hell you was cussing out at the bar, but you was in deep. You was letting them. You had on these long leather boots, and you had on your Kennedy wet, whatever. And you was, I don't know who that man was at the bar, but you was letting him hold it.
Wow. I don't even remember that.
Yes,
Listen, that very seldom happens. Let's say that. But
Mhm.
when it does, it does.
So Kennedy is here, guys, to review episode 2 of the TS Madison Experience. Kennedy, when you heard TS Madison finally got her reality TV show, what did you think?
I'm happy for her. I mean, from Miami, that's where I met her many years ago. So she's my sister, and to watch the come up is great. I mean, I'm happy for her.
She always speaks so highly of you. She loves her some Kennedy Davenport.
Yeah, she was one of the very few girls that liked me in Miami. I was young and I was just wanting to perform. But when girls see a threat, they kind of make it, especially in Miami, the girls used to make it hard for the new girls. But I survived, honey, and she was one of them that was very nice to me. So to see her in Hollywood and then now to see her where she is now, I mean, it's just a blessing.
Okay, so we're going to start at the top of the episode where she's basically talking about what has been happening to her as a result of the COVID-19, which in real life, she had a slew of shows. She had like a bunch of shit we were supposed to go and see and perform and do all that other stuff, and it all just came to a halt. How was that for you as a big time drag performer? Did you have that same experience?
Had the same experience. I think my last gig was in Atlanta, and while I was in Atlanta, that's when they were saying that they was going to shut everything down. So I'm right now, and then I'm running Miss Gay US of A, and I still had about 5 prelims to go. So when they said that they was canceling everything, that canceled my prelims as well as any other out of town bookings that I may have. And me as an entertainer, this is the business for me. I have to go out of town in order to make money. During that time, I was in a panic myself, so I could really relate to how she was feeling at the time, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, oh my God, what, I don't know what to do. Like, this is how I make my money. This is how I make my gigs. You know, it was terrible. That was a terrible moment.
I want to know, how did you adjust to the COVID, and how were you able to keep your money coming in strong?
I caught COVID, or I had COVID during that time. So after I recovered, I was really set against the virtual shows and things like that. But I started doing a little bit of that, and amazingly, money just never stopped coming. If that makes sense.
Glory to God. No, it makes sense.
Like some people would like send me a little money here, a little money there. The virtual shows was happening. And really that's what was going on until we were able to like leave the house, basically. So it was like, babe, we gotta do what we gotta do.
With our team, you see it play out in the show. Madison says all of us just kind of went our own way, because especially for me, Madison was my only client. Like, you've seen me out there at DragCon and at Texas. I was always with her. I was always capturing stuff, editing. So she was my only client. And so, of course, when her money comes to a stop, my job with her comes to a stop. And I had to like reevaluate, like, okay, well, what can I do to kind of keep it going? Because ain't no job to go and get. The government is kind of, carrying with the aid and all this other stuff. And me being what they consider an independent contractor is hard, whatever. So, when you're in this game of, you do your own thing and hustle, whatever, you may not do all your money the right way and document it the right way, which I'm guilty of. COVID has made me reevaluate all this. I document everything. I'm filing everything. I'm telling them everything. Because when something happens, I want y'all to know I was making money. I'm not making it no more. And I want all the aid, relief, grant, whatever y'all got to come my way.
Oh yes. I mean, when I decided to make drag my full-time job, I mean, I was around people who were already filing taxes and paying their taxes and stuff. So I was very inquisitive, and because I don't like getting in any kind of trouble. I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. I'm not that girl. So I'm like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to make this right? And what do I? So by the time Drag Race and the business came along, I was already ready and prepared.
Yes, and so all of my creatives out there that are watching who make their art their business, it is important that you make your art your business, that you file, that you document, that you keep up with all this other stuff, because when stuff like this happens, it is so necessary and important.
Yeah, yes. I totally agree with that.
So we were watching Madison down there in the basement trying to make it work without me, Craig, Chi being there, and I'll be honest with you, I hated with a passion all of her content during this time, because I could tell Mama was trying her best to do herself with Mo. And I love Mo, but Mo's skill level ain't
right.
I hated all her content, Kennedy, with a passion. But she tried to make it work the best way she could. What was you thinking watching her talking to Tiffany and all that, and her just trying to keep the train going?
A girl got to do what a girl got to do. Even with her talking to Tiffany and stuff, and her not really understanding why Tiffany is counseling. Like, babe, I don't give a damn. It ain't that serious, bitch. When you coming? Okay. I know that's what she wanted to say. At that time, I understood how, what she was doing. And it was like, when you sit at home, you don't got nothing else to do. You can't go nowhere else, and you work from your basement. So, girl, let me press record and see if I could just do this on my own. I started out on my own. That's probably her whole mind frame, was like, bitch, I've been doing this by myself. And girl, whatever happens, happens.
That's one thing I love about that big titty lady. She don't care what it is. She gonna find a way. What did you think when Miss Mary had to leave to go back to Miami?
Once you test positive, you're supposed to stay where you are.
Mm-hmm.
and whoever you are around, y'all have to quarantine together.
Right. So I'm
You
gonna
know,
tell you what happened. World of Wonder is our production company. WeTV is our
okay.
network. They
Hmm.
are very strict, and I want to give World of Wonder and WeTV a round of applause because they were very strict when it came to complying with COVID regulations, health and safety, and all of that. Madison's
Right.
house, as you can see, is the main set of our show. Miss Mary tested positive. Madison tested negative.
Hmm.
And so, in an effort to keep the show going,
Going. Yeah, she hit.
Miss Mary had to leave. And someone did drive up in real life, for real. Somebody did drive up from Miami. A good family friend
Okay, good.
of ours came and got Miss Mary. And Miss Mary, her I think the day she left, the next day,
Hmm.
the test the network made her go and get came back negative. And then it came back
Okay.
negative again. So she was able to come back.
Yeah, girl. Because that stuff is scary.
So we see Madison having a meeting with her business manager, Leggra, to talk to Marky Costello. But before she does that, Madison is expressing her disdain about Chi Chi smoking all the time. What did
Yeah.
you think?
I totally agree with Maddie on how she felt about it, especially if he's trying to do something, if he's also trying to do something positive. It's a way you have to present yourself to the
Mm-hmm.
public. And just because everybody knows what you do don't mean you have to do it in front of them. Every other minute taking a puff and stuff like I listen, I was a weed head. I was, but I don't
You
do that. I
were?
don't. Yes. Yes,
I can't
I
imagine you putting
mean,
a cigarette in your mouth.
huh?
I can't imagine you putting a blunt in your mouth.
Yes, I did. I mean, I was an addict too. I was addicted to cocaine, and I used to be on ecstasy a lot. I mean, I was out
Really?
there. I was out there, honey. But this year makes 20 years clean, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very strict on that too, and she was nice about it. Especially that's
Mm-hmm.
being, if that was my child, we would have had it out because first of all, you have to understand that you are not just representing you, but you are representing me.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you do and everything that you say comes back to me, and it's come
Mm-hmm.
back on me, and it reflects on me, on
Mm-hmm.
what kind of company I'm keeping. And I know I didn't raise you to be that. Slow down on the puffing. Like take one in the beginning and talk. You know what I'm saying? And wait
Mm-hmm.
until the end and take another puff. Just find another way to do it, girl.
Chi Chi love to smoke. Chi Chi love to smoke, and it ain't never going
Clearly.
nowhere. And what I love about Chi Chi on this show is Chi Chi is very relatable to a lot of people because a lot of people have that
Right.
same situation going on. They got to smoke, they got to drink, they got to go out, they
Right.
got to party, they got to do that. And you know, in me trying to help Chi Chi with his content, I've always tried to tell him in our consultations, Chi Chi, why don't you make weed a part of your thing? Like weed and marijuana and CBD and THC and edibles and all that other stuff, that is $1 billion business with online people doing tutorials, people testing stuff out. Like you can make this a part of your character if you just do it the right way.
Right. Right. But it's
Because
all
Chi Chi
about how
can't.
you present it.
I tell a lot of my clients and people I come in contact with, whatever it is that you organically do, go with that. Let's just clean it up, polish it, make it a little bit more sellable and marketable. But whatever it is that you do organically, go with that. And she organically loves to smoke weed. So
Ah, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't judge him at all. I just, it just, if that's what you're gonna do, then like you said, just clean it up and make it look good, and you look good while you're doing it. Not like in the back in the tank top, you know. Yeah, I'm trying to do something different. Shit.
the Bible
Yeah.
says, be ye also ready.
Okay.
Thus
Okay.
saith the Lord.
Right.
Speaking
That's
about cleaning
right.
up your content, though, Madison
Hmm.
after she dug into Chi Chi ass had a meeting with Marky Costello about her content and what she wanted to do with Madison in the bigger world in terms of the industry, potentially placing her on talk shows. But she told Madison, girl, you got to clean up your content. What you thought about that? Because I got some thoughts on that.
I understood from both standpoints because I have found myself going back and forth with social media trolls and bullies. I gained fans from acknowledging how they felt and really finding out the reason why you feel that way, because the reason that you may feel that way about me may not even be true. I'm one of the nicest queens that ever walked on the stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. But you would never know that given the type of edit I received on season 7. The things that I went through really have some more to do with fans and stuff. But people that she's worked with and, almost borderline personal things that, she's had to, say about, on her lives and stuff. I totally agree with whatever that lady name is.
I will say, and I will attest to the people out there watching, because, I've been around Madison and I've gone, I've met different drag race queens and different, queens involved with World of Wonder and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people who are always nice, but I know for a fact that there are 2 queens. If I am in the room, they're going to stop what they're doing and they're going to come over and speak to me before they knew who I was or what my significance was. They just knew I was with Madison. That's Kennedy Davenport and that's Nina West. Nice. We'll speak. We'll hug. It's a video in my phone where you was cussing me out saying, well, bitch, why you going to come to my booth and come speak to me? I didn't even know you was here. Why you come to speak to me? Nina West, every time she see me, stop what she doing and come, remembers my name, hugs, greets, and stuff like that. Now, there are some other queens, I'm not going to say who I've come in contact with, that, they ain't the nicest.
And unfortunately, those are the people that are allowed winning spots and stuff like that. So yeah, and that are the most popular, but they are really not people's people.
I agree with both of them. Everyone has fallen in love with Madison because of her personality.
Wow.
And she's raw and she gonna do all the things, other things. That's what got her to this point. So I can see in her brain why she's like, well, this is what people have fallen in love. This is what they like about me. This is what they enjoy about me. Why do I have to change? But I have to tell Madison a lot of times too, in me creating her own content, you have to do things in such a way that you don't alienate yourself from people who may not know you, who may not be able to relate, identify. You have to make yourself marketable if that's the lane you want to go in. And that is the lane she wants to go in.
That's the route she wants to go. So I wouldn't even say change. I would just say adjust. All Stars 3, I got with the program. You know what I'm saying? I gave them exactly what they wanted, and I never, from that point on, and even going back to film more stuff, doing AJ and the Queen and things like that, I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem. No one ever came and told me, you need to do this a little more, a little less, or anything. You just know how to get in that pocket. And once you get in that pocket, you're there.
That's so horrible. Before I even knew you or met you, I loved you on season 7. I thought you were funny.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Sometimes some people got it and some people didn't. And that's just like what you were saying earlier. People that can't relate to how a person is, or you know what I'm saying, because you may have a cousin that act like me. Or you may, you know what I'm saying? You may have, you may have friends that have the same type of southern dry acts, because I have dry comedy. You know what I'm saying? I have dry humor. My humor is dry sometimes. So if some people may not get that, it may come off as a bitch with an attitude. But no, my read is just what it is. It's a read to make you laugh. But my delivery is country. I'm a country bitch. So, I had to learn how to adjust and to do certain things certain ways, but still remain true to myself.
one of my favorite drag race moments of all time that me and my friends talk about because I don't let it die. I don't know if you remember this. This is season 7, Untucked, the last Untucked before the finale, and y'all got to fighting down to the room.
Oh my God! Let me tell you.
And you said these words right here. I'm finna slap Ginger ass.
Yeah, because you know why? Because my thing is,
she is her own woman.
Just because you see him getting upset about what's being said, don't backpedal, because we've been doing this all 12 episodes, however many we've been doing this. This is nothing new. That's what made me make. You don't have nothing to explain. You don't have nothing. You don't have to do that. That's not necessary. That's and I was mad for real.
I knew you would.
I was pissed.
Ginger ass.
I'm like, why this bitch kissing this whole ass? That's what I wanted to say.
Speaking of fighting on TV, we get to the final act where Madison and the team reconvenes. And it's all laughter and excitement. Everybody's happy to see each other. And then we get down to the living room and we begin to have our meeting. And something happens between Oliver and Madison. I want you to go first about what you thought happened, what was your understanding and your opinions on it.
Well, first of all, let me just say this. And I'm sure you know her better than I know her, but as someone who was watching the show, I feel like that was a legitimate question.
But Kenny, I'm gonna tell you, they cut out so much that led up to that.
That's what I know that being on reality TV,
they cut out so much. That day, that was our first day filming together in months. Now, some of us have been filming like little scenes here, little scenes here. Of course, Madison is filming. That was our first time back together, really as a team, but back together on set in front of the cameras together. What they did not show was Madison was going around the room terrorizing everybody. And what the people at home don't know about Madison is Madison, you hear me talk about it, has a very passive aggressive way of approaching people. And she had said some rude stuff to Craig about some of his content and they kept it in saying making real money. She was actually referring to Craig and Derek J and what they were doing and was basically telling Craig to come back over here with me so you can make real money. And I was like, wait, I thought we was having a meeting. What is this? She was tearing Chi up about smoking in the back. So when she got to me, I said, okay, what's she finna say? So why I got a little itchy at her is because I'm like, lady, you and I have already talked about this. Like, why are you getting in front of
So now people? We just created TV.
Not only is she my boss, but she is also my gay mother. Like, I love that lady to death. She loves me. I've been around her for a long time. So instead of creating an argument with her out of character, let me just go find supplemental work, which is what I did. And that way I know my base is covered and whatever I get from the TS is just supplemental and I don't even got to worry about it. I only went and found other clients because I wasn't getting paid on time. So it wasn't so much. I was like, I guess for me, it was like, it's not about you having an out. So it's like, if we here to work, okay, girl, let's work. Like, okay, I'm back. Like, whatever. But don't be trying to act like I didn't got big and grand and I didn't got all these other girls and I'm just saying, fuck, girl, that's not my attitude.
I don't think she feel that way either. I just really feel like her bringing it up like that was just solely for to juice it up. It didn't have nothing to do with y'all.
Oh yeah, I do think she wanted a reaction out of me.
You have to understand, from a mother's standpoint, we feel like we can talk to y'all any kind of way that we want to talk to you. What makes it even harder is when you go into business. Because we still feel like we could talk to you the way we want to fucking talk to you. Okay? But as a child also, it's your job to be vocal to where mother is listening. So you can't always meet aggression with aggression. And she's the type of person that runs everything. So you have to know her in order to know how to approach her.
I totally agree with you, but in that moment, I just was like, why
No,
is
in
she
the
doing
moment,
this to
let me
me
tell you
right
something.
now?
Right. No, I'm not. I'm talking about
I
in the
was like,
future, child. But I'm in that moment. I totally agree with your actions. I'm not saying that you were wrong at all because if you're not understanding why she's doing this at this moment, so that would upset me too because you know my loyalty to you. You know what I'm willing to do. You know the sacrifices that I'm willing to make. So I don't understand why this is even pointed my way. You know, so I get it. You cannot allow it to get to a mother mother type of situation when you are dealing totally with business
hmm
because it starts to taint your mother son relationship.
yes, you hit the
You
nail on the
know?
head. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
We should have had you there. The final straw for me, okay, was I didn't want to talk about money. She was like, no, talk about it. Because, in hindsight, I'm like, you know what? She probably was
Hmm.
doing that because of the situation and she already knew and da 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 da. So, okay, now I get it. Whatever. But I'm like, okay, well, Madison, well, if I'm only working for you and then you tell me you're going to pay me on this day and then I don't get paid and then I ask you about it and you're like, okay, I'm going to pay you 2 weeks from now. Like, that's a problem. You don't see that as a problem. And she like,
Yeah.
well, my money hadn't come in, but I'm like, girl, you're the rich TS. You should make sure your people is paid before anything, and then you go about your business. She wasn't understanding that, and then she kept throwing the passive aggressive jabs. So I got my bag, and I was like, bitch, I'm going home. Y'all can come get this mic off me.
I just don't see her not understanding that you had to go do what you had to do.
hmm
I don't see her not understanding that.
My mother
I
is very
mean,
territorial.
so let me ask. Probably because it's in the same work field.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the problem was. Like you didn't go make some money, doing something else, but you went doing the same stuff you doing for her. I'm running in this pageant, and I don't want my dancers dancing for nobody else.
You know what? The fact that you said a pageant and you know what? I get it. I get it. I understand it. I get
Once
it.
I pay my dancers to be exclusive, meaning
hmm
if I have to pay you extra money to not dance for anybody, then I'll do that because this
Oh,
is a national title. I'm competing against 30 girls, and
yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna pay for the exclusivity.
TS, you hear that? So the
Yeah.
episode leaves with Oliver headed towards the door. What you think will happen next episode?
A lot of following Oliver at the door and trying to get him to come back. And you asking the wrong one, honey. I know reality TV. All the drama and a kumbaya moment, and maybe a little bit of understanding. My sister, has to learn, and you have to understand. You really, really have to be patient with a boss bitch.
hmm
Okay, she just really have to learn how to listen from people that's looking from the outside in. Trust me, I know because I don't like shit fucking up either. There's the Virgo in me, like everything to go right. If I say seven, I mean seven. Now you be here at seven. If you have to wait on me, then okay, that's fine. If I have to wait on you, we have a fucking problem. And that's me. So I understand her frustration of things going wrong and this and that, whatever, whatever. But she has to. You gotta separate it.
hmm
You gotta separate it because you my family. I feel like I can say what I want to say to you.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of saying, "Okay, this is happening too much."
hmm
Bringing the problem and then asking for a solution or having a solution.
hmm
You know,
You fixed it,
so
Kennedy.
huh?
You fixed it, Evangelist Davenport. This is great. You
I just
did.
Baby, I just thank God for wisdom. I mean,
Listen.
I love both of y'all. I mean, I love both of y'all, and I love the family that she has created with you guys.
Mhm.
And like I told her, I text her, and I was like, I know we don't talk much or very often, but I'm happy for you, and I love you all the same. We get together, and it's like we never left.
I see
So.
y'all. Well, that's all I got for this. Kennedy, before I let you go, because Mama, you was dressed to go to work tonight. Is there anything you got to tell the children? Anything they need to click? Tell them.
Oh, well, hi everybody. Nah. You can follow Kennedy Davenport on Instagram. Kennedy DDOFTX. That's Kennedy Dancing Diva of Texas. You can also follow me on Twitter. Same handle, Kennedy DDOFTX. That's it, right? DDOFTX. Yeah, that's right. And I'm always on Facebook, Kennedy Davenport. My fan page is Miss Kennedy Davenport. But hit me up on my regular page, Kennedy Davenport, and I'm always on there. It's a part of my job. So you hit me up, press the follow button, send me a message, and all that other good stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kennedy, thank you so much for doing this with me. I can't wait to see you again.
You are welcome.
And y'all be sure to pray and mother loving Kegel. Until next time, bye.
Bye. Wash your hands. Wash your ass.
What's going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt, the head nerd in charge, telling you to make sure you tune in every Thursday, of course, to see me. And you can see my other friends and family doing the things. Listen, you do not want to miss it. It is family fun and crazy chaos. It's always some shit going on it's so many twists and turns. You do not want to miss it.
ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Get back, get back. Get back, get back. ZAP, zapping all you hoes away like ZAP, zapping all you